We've got a packed show for you, with all the latest news and updates from the world of stocks and finance. We're starting off with a look at the current state of the global energy market, which is facing significant disruptions due to the ongoing conflict in the Middle East. The closure of the Strait of Hormuz has limited oil supplies, leading to a surge in energy prices. According to reports, Persian Gulf oil producers have been forced to cut production by roughly 6% due to the closure, while the International Energy Agency estimates that about 13 million barrels per day of global oil supply has been shuttered by the conflict. The situation is further complicated by the fact that OPEC Plus had planned to boost its crude output by 206,000 barrels per day in May, but this production hike now seems unlikely given the current circumstances. Meanwhile, crude oil stored on tankers that have been stationary for at least 7 days has risen by 25% week over week to 153.11 million barrels, the highest level in 3 months. In other news, the U.S. stock market is seeing some volatility, with certain stocks like Nvidia and Oklo making headlines due to their partnerships and innovations in the field of artificial intelligence. We'll be taking a closer look at these developments and what they might mean for investors. We'll also be discussing the latest earnings reports and economic indicators, including the recent data on U.S. crude oil inventories and production. The numbers show that U.S. crude oil inventories are 2.8% above the seasonal 5-year average, while gasoline inventories are slightly below average, and distillate inventories are 7.5% below the 5-year seasonal average. As we navigate these complex and interconnected markets, it's essential to stay informed and up to date on the latest developments. That's what we're here for on the Riskwiser Zone, to provide you with balanced and unbiased analysis and help you make sense of the risks and opportunities in the world of finance. We'll be right back with more from the world of stocks and finance on the Riskwiser Zone. Welcome back to the Riskwiser Zone. We're diving into the world of finance and business, where a significant development has caught our attention. Childcare operator G8 Education has announced that it will be closing 40 childcare centers across the country. This decision comes as the company grapples with falling occupancy numbers, citing challenges such as sustained affordability pressures for families, falling birth rates, increased long-day care supply, and confidence being impacted by serious child safety incidents. This move is not only significant for G8 Education, but also reflects broader challenges within the childcare sector. The industry has been under scrutiny due to concerns over child safety and operational viability. G8 Education's decision to close nearly 1 in 10 of its centers underscores the economic pressures and changing market conditions that businesses in this sector are facing. It's worth noting that the closure of these centers will likely have a multifaceted impact, affecting not only the families who rely on these services, but also the employees whose jobs may be at risk. As we consider the implications of this announcement, it's essential to approach the topic with sensitivity and an understanding of the complex factors at play. The news from G8 Education serves as a reminder of the dynamic nature of the business world, where companies must continually adapt to changing market conditions, regulatory environments, and consumer needs. As we navigate these stories, our goal is to provide a balanced perspective, acknowledging both the challenges and opportunities that arise in such situations. Welcome back to the Riskwiser Zone. Today, we're diving into the world of earnings calls, where companies share their financial performances with investors and analysts. We've got a slew of transcripts from some big players, including Robinhood Markets, T-Mobile US, and more. Let's take a closer look at what these companies had to say about their quarterly performances. Robinhood Markets, for instance, held its Q1 2026 earnings call, where CEO Vladimir Tenev and CFO Shiv Verma discussed the company's financials and answered questions from analysts. The call covered topics such as revenue growth, user acquisition, and regulatory developments. Meanwhile, T-Mobile US also released its Q1 2026 earnings report, with CEO Srini Gopalan highlighting the company's strong performance in the quarter. The call touched on themes like customer growth, network expansion, and competition in the telecom space. We also saw earnings calls from other notable companies, including Addenda Inc., which discussed its financial results and outlook for the future. It's clear that these companies are navigating complex markets and regulatory environments, all while trying to drive growth and innovation. As investors, it's essential to stay informed about these developments and consider multiple perspectives when making investment decisions. By analyzing earnings calls and other financial data, we can gain a deeper understanding of the risks and opportunities facing these companies. That's all for today's Riskwiser Zone. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and until next time, keep your finances in check.